For over 500 years, while Europe was shrouded in the shadows of the Dark Ages, the Islamic world was the most advanced civilization on Earth. Imagine a world where the torch of progress didn't flicker out, but blazed brighter than ever. While cities like London and Paris were little more than muddy outposts, the caliphates of the East were constructing marble palaces and sprawling libraries. This was a time of unprecedented intellectual curiosity, where faith and reason walked hand in hand. From the year 750 to 1258, a golden age dawned that would redefine the trajectory of human history. This was not just a period of regional growth, but a global beacon of light that attracted the greatest minds from every corner of the known world. The Islamic Golden Age was the bridge between the brilliance of antiquity and the foundations of the modern world. Prepare to journey back to an era when Muslims led the entire world in science, art, and philosophy. At the heart of this revolution was Baghdad, the greatest city on the planet. Built as a circular masterpiece of urban planning, it became the heartbeat of an empire that stretched from Spain to India. But its true jewel was the House of Wisdom. This legendary institution was more than just a library. It was the world's first true international research center. Here, the caliphs invited scholars of all faiths, Muslims, Christians, Jews, and Persians, to work together in the pursuit of truth. Imagine the halls filled with the scent of ink and parchment, where thousands of manuscripts were debated and refined. It was here that the concept of the university began to take shape. Baghdad was a melting pot of ideas, where knowledge was seen as the ultimate currency. In the House of Wisdom, the collective intelligence of humanity was gathered, translated, and expanded upon. This was the intellectual engine of the Golden Age, a place where the borders of the known world were pushed further every single day. It was the center of all human knowledge, a sanctuary for the curious mind. Scholars here didn't just study for prestige, they studied to understand the universe. They believed that by exploring the complexities of creation, they were getting closer to the truth. This spirit of inquiry turned Baghdad into a beacon that shone across continents. It was the world's first global think tank, where the future of science and philosophy was written by those brave enough to ask the hardest questions. The scholars of this age did not just study the world, they decoded its very language. Meet al-Khwarizmi, the father of algebra. Without his revolutionary work, the computers and smartphones we use today would simply not exist. He transformed mathematics from a series of puzzles into a powerful tool for solving real-world problems. But their gaze did not stop at the numbers on a page. It reached for the heavens. Islamic astronomers built massive observatories to track the movements of the stars with terrifying precision. They corrected the ancient Greek models, mapping the cosmos and naming the stars that we still identify by their Arabic names today. They developed the astrolabe, the GPS of the medieval world, allowing sailors to navigate the vast oceans and merchants to cross the burning deserts. Engineering flourished as well, with inventors like Al-Jazari creating the first programmable automatons and complex water-raising machines. They saw the universe as a grand design, governed by laws, and they dedicated their lives to uncovering those laws through logic and observation. Their work was the blueprint for the scientific method. They combined rigorous experimentation with mathematical proofs, moving beyond mere speculation. This approach transformed how humanity understood physical reality. From the way water flowed to the way stars moved, every phenomenon was an opportunity for discovery. Their inventions were the foundations of modern engineering and logistics. In the realm of medicine, the Golden Age saved countless lives and defined the standard of care for centuries. Ibn Sina, known to the West as Avicenna, wrote the Canon of Medicine, an encyclopedia so comprehensive it was used as the primary medical textbook in Europe for 500 years. He was the first to describe the contagious nature of diseases and the importance of quarantine. Meanwhile, hospitals in cities like Cairo and Damascus were centuries ahead of their time, offering free healthcare and specializing in mental health. Then there was Ibn al-Haytham, the father of optics. He shattered the ancient myth that light comes from our eyes, proving instead that it reflects off objects into them. Through his experiments with the camera obscura, He laid the foundations for modern photography and the study of light. These pioneers didn't just treat symptoms. They sought to understand the biological and physical mechanisms of life itself. Their dedication to the healing arts and the physics of the world around us was a testament to their belief that understanding the creation was a way to honor the Creator. They pioneered surgical instruments and established the first pharmacies. Their approach was holistic, treating the mind as well as the body. This era of medical brilliance ensured that the sick were cared for with dignity and scientific rigor. They paved the way for modern hospitals, proving that knowledge is the greatest cure for human suffering. Light, vision, and health were no longer mysteries, but sciences to be mastered. One of the greatest achievements of this era was the preservation of the past. As the Roman Empire collapsed and the great libraries of the West burned, the knowledge of the Greeks, Romans, and Indians was at risk of being lost forever. But the Islamic scholars recognized the value of these ancient texts. In a massive state-sponsored effort known as the translation movement, they hunted down manuscripts of Aristotle, Plato, and Euclid. They translated them into Arabic, but they did far more than just copy them. They commented, criticized, and expanded upon these ideas, blending them with their own discoveries. They synthesized the philosophy of the West with the mathematics of the East, creating a new, universal body of knowledge. This intellectual bridge ensured that the foundations of Western philosophy and science survived the chaos of the Middle Ages. Without this monumental effort, the intellectual heritage of humanity would have been severed. They were the custodians of history, holding the line against the encroaching darkness, and ensuring that the light of reason continued to shine for future generations. This movement was not just about translation, it was an intellectual transformation. They took the best of every culture and wove it into a tapestry of global thought. They proved that knowledge has no borders. Their efforts saved the wisdom of the ancients and enhanced it with the brilliance of the present, creating a legacy that would eventually ignite the world once more. They were the silent architects of the modern intellectual landscape. As the Golden Age eventually waned, its legacy did not disappear, it traveled. Through the vibrant trade routes and the cultural crossroads of Sicily and Spain, this mountain of knowledge poured into Europe. It was this influx of Islamic science, philosophy, and art that finally pulled Europe out of its slumber and sparked the Renaissance. The very foundations of the modern Western world, our universities, our medicine, our technology, are built upon the discoveries made in Baghdad, Cordoba, and Cairo. The Renaissance was not a sudden awakening from nothing. It was the fruit of a seed planted and nurtured by Muslim scholars centuries earlier. Today, we stand on the shoulders of these giants. Their story is a powerful reminder that when we prioritize knowledge over conflict and curiosity over fear, humanity can achieve the impossible. The Golden Age of Islam was not just a chapter for one people. It was a gift to the entire world, a testament to the eternal power of the human spirit to seek, to learn, and to lead. Let the brilliance of the Golden Age inspire us to reach for new horizons and never stop the pursuit of knowledge. For it is through understanding that we truly become great.